Hi boys and girls, Mr. K here with another learning challenge. Today we're going to try making cereal box book reports. This is a fun activity that involves both reading and writing. In order to complete the book report, first you're going to have to read a book. You're going to want to find a book at your independent reading level. That means you need to find a book that's not too hard, but also not too easy. It's just right for you. When you're done reading the book, you can start on your cereal box book report. The book I chose for my book report is Charlotte's Web. In order to complete this book report, you're going to need a few materials. You're going to need a cereal box or another type of box that is the same size or similar size of a cereal box. I chose a Cheez-Its box. It's very much the same size. Cereal boxes do work the best, and that's usually what you're going to find at your house. You're also going to need some paper, a pencil, some scissors so you can cut the paper out to fit onto your cereal box, and some crayons, colored pencils, or markers because you will be decorating the box as well. All right? So what happens in a cereal box book report, boys and girls, is that each side of your box is going to be a different part of your report. Okay? On the front of the box, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to be creative and you're going to come up with a fun cereal based on your book. Since I did Charlotte's Web, I did Frosted Webs, okay? And that's not a real cereal, and that wasn't mentioned in my story, Charlotte's Web, but a lot of the story Charlotte's Web has to do with Charlotte spinning a web, so I thought, oh, Frosted Webs, that's a fun cereal name, okay? So you're going to create your own fun cereal based on your book. And then but also on the bottom, I want you to write the actual title of your book and the author so everybody knows what book it is that you read. Okay? That's first. Okay? Frosted Webs. Then we're going to turn to the side of our book report. And on the side of a cereal box, we usually see ingredients. Well, on this side, we're going to write the ingredients of our book. And those are going to be the characters and the setting. So what you're going to do is you're going to write all the important characters in the important settings that are in your book. You do not need to write every single character. In Charlotte's Web, there's probably 25 or 30 characters, but I just picked out the 5 most important characters. I picked Wilbur, Charlotte, Templeton, Fern, and Homer Zuckerman. Those are the 5 characters I thought were most important. Okay? Your book may have a lot of characters as well. You have to just put the ones that are the most important, okay? It might be 3, 4, 5, 6. For mine, I just picked these 5 because I thought they were the most important out of everyone else. All right, for your setting, you have to put the important places your story takes place, okay? I put 3 of the most important places in my story, which are Fern's house, Zuckerman's farm, and County Fair. Now, those were 3 important places from my book. Your book might only have 1 important setting. It might only have 2 important settings. It all depends on the book that you're reading. Okay? So this side, we put the characters and the setting of our book. On the back, where they usually tell a little bit about your cereal, you're going to tell what happens in your book. And you are going to write a summary. Okay? In the summary, you're going to write the important things that happen in the beginning, middle, and end of your story, and it should include the problem and the solution that the characters encounter throughout the story. So you're just putting the important events. You're not going to put every single tiny detail or what the characters are saying, but just the important events. The important events. My summary is pretty long because Charlotte's Web is a longer book. But if you have a shorter book, then your summary is going to be a little bit shorter than mine. Okay. On the back of your cereal box, if you have space, you can also put a little game based on your book. Because usually a lot of times cereal boxes have games on the back, like a maze or matching or a word search. What I did is I put a little matching game where you have to match Wilbur to the words Charlotte used to describe him on her web. And you would just match Wilbur, a little game. But you can do that if you have space underneath your summary. The last side of our book report is going to be a connection that you make with the story. Okay? So you have to make some type of connection with the story. When we talk about connections, there can be all different types of connections. The type of connections I'm looking to see on this side of your book report are things like, what is something you might have learned from the story about life? All right? What was something in the story that made you think about something in your life? What might have been your favorite part? Okay? So those are some different connections that you can write about. I made a connection here with Charlotte's Web because I said the story reminded me of how friends should always help each other, because Charlotte helps save Wilbur's life by spinning the webs. I said that Wilbur watches over Charlotte's eggs after she dies, and that Templeton, who's even mean and grouchy, helps out Charlotte and Wilbur to find words for the web. So it helped me remind me of how friends should be helping each other. All right, so I made that connection with the story. All right. So when you're all done, you should have a nice cereal box that's covered on 4 sides with the name of your cereal as well as the name of your book and author, the characters and setting on one side, a summary, which is the important events in the beginning, middle, and end on the back, and if you have space, maybe you can make a little game, and then a connection on the last side. Okay? Make sure that you take your time and use your best handwriting, as well as taking your time to make any illustrations or designs on your box. I would love to see what you come up with when you're done. Good luck, boys and girls.